is Zayin Elul, and most people don't know why Zayin Elul is special, other than it's a beautiful day in the calendar. Shulchan Aruch has a siman Taf Kuf Pei, that lists the days where tzaddikim died, and therefore there's an inyan to fast. Now, Shulchan Aruch says Yud Zayin Elul, and the Mishnah Berurah says, based on the Beis Yosef, that it's actually Zayin Elul. That means today is a very auspicious day for tshuva, tefillah, tzedakah, and tainus. Why? So the Mishnah Berurah, based on the Shulchan Aruch, explains today was when the Meraglim actually died. 9th of Av is when the entire episode happened. It says in Chazal that their tongues were hanging, they became sick, they didn't die until Zayin Elul. So the shaila is, what do you mean? So why is it listed here in the list of all tzaddikim? It shouldn't be so Pashup Shat, and this is what the Mogen Avram writes, B'Shem the Shloah HaKadosh, is that the Chiddush is that the Meraglim did tshuva, and they were tzaddikim, they were considered tzaddikim. However, the Mishnah Berurah, the Chavetz Chaim, based on the Beis Yosef, and there's a fascinating tshuva from Moshe, Zichrono Livracha. Moshe writes, Avad Enash. The pshat is the exact opposite. The reason why we fast today is because it's so sad. Because it doesn't say anywhere that the Meraglim actually did tshuva. And even if they did tshuva, it's mashma that their tshuva wasn't iskabel. It wasn't received. And says Moshe, that's exactly what the fast is all about. That there are sins that Rachmana litzlan, sometimes it's too late. The Rambam says, and there's actually a minhag to go from 24 days before Rosh Hashanah to the 24 things that are me'akev tshuva, that delay the process of being able to do tshuva. So Moshe says, that's the tzar. Today we have to fast because there are sins. Sometimes a person puts himself in a place where it's too late. The mashal I once heard was a person sometimes shoots a gun. There is a point where it's too late to pull back the bullet that's going and is going to chas v'shalom kill someone. So although, as Ramosha finds in the God Ador, the previous generation, Afal Piken, today was in Daf Yomi, was all about the idea that it doesn't matter how far a Jew goes. It says, Yisrael, Afal B'Shechot Yisraelhu. Today's Daf. Where do we learn that from? Achan. The Gemara says that Achan, who stole from the spoils of the Yerichoi, was over chamisha chubshe Torah. There was nothing he didn't transgress, and yet the Gemara says beferish that he has olam haba. Why? Because he did tshuva. So obviously there's chilukim, and one of my favorite Tosfos says in Daf Nun Ches in Maseches Kov Metzia in the sugya of David HaMelech. So Tosfos says go the whole list of all the terrible sins, Eishes Ish, the worst sins, and then he says at the end, Tosfos ends off, and there is nothing that stands in front of tshuva. So the idea that we could take is number one, avad, that person should do the achana and not wait to the last minute. Why? Because according to our opinions, that say clearly a person can put himself into a place where tshuva doesn't help. On the other hand, a person has to know that it doesn't matter how deep a person fell. Yisrael, afapi shechata Yisraelu. The nafkamina we actually discussed, maybe we'll discuss tomorrow what that means. But how pashum shat, a person should know that it's never too late. Hatzach Rabbi.